What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Chicago Black Election Podcast. I'm your host, AC, aka High Thinking, and I am joined by
Kanji.
right. Yeah, we was just talking about we was just watching this Tory Lanez Megan Thee Stallion anime slash hentai, and they cut us off for some reason or the other. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna continue watching it, but we won't be showing any of the visuals. So we will try when I edit this on the back end and re-upload it for YouTube consumption. I'll just kind of chop it up in a way that we can kind of bypass a lot of that our our friends over at Amazon. So without further ado,
out this gun because I do not want to see him get shot and killed. So I said I stepped on glass because I didn't want nobody to die.
So you
They take me
one
to the
bitch,
hospital.
you did step on glass. Two, you actually think a medical professional not gonna know the difference between glass and bullet fragments?
The police still questioning me. I just want to be over this. But then the doctor came in. He's like, "It's bullet fragments in your feet." Like, I'm fucked up. I'm in this bed looking crazy. I'm hurting. He was my fucking friend, and I feel so dumb because it must have been some signs that could have been showing me this whole time something. Like,
Yeah, you were fucking him behind your friend's back.
we don't know that.
We do know that because Kelsey pointed that out.
All right, buddy.
I should have saw something to know not to fucking trust you.
It's kind of hard to see something if you get hit from the back. What the
That's true.
Tory?
An inmate at LAPD jails.
Hello?
Hey,
Y'all got out safe and everything.
Megan's still in the hospital. I'm outside the hospital.
I know she probably never ever gonna talk to me ever again, but bruh, I just want you to know, bruh, I never do some shit like that, bruh. I was so fucking drunk, nigga. I just didn't even understand what the fuck was going on, bruh. Like, that's not gonna make my actions right, bro. But I'm just deeply sorry, bruh. I never even moved like that, bruh.
I know there's a lot that happened, but
What happened happened already, bro. I can't take it back. You get a chance, bro. Just figure out what you gotta do to bail me out this shit.
okay.
Not even.
You don't think that's important though to bail me out this shit? What do you think about that? That part of the quote.
Well, that depends what he's. That's contextual. That depends what he's talking about. He either talking about getting bailed out money wise, which I kind of doubt because he got money, or bail him out the situation altogether. Which is probably I can see why they took that as an admission of guilt. But that's the problem with that is he didn't specify what he was sorry for.
Yeah.
Without that specification, you put your case based on speculation. See what I'm saying? So then you jail the man out of speculating what he meant versus just asking him what he meant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now if she had asked him, I mean, had she had said over the phone, like, you know, for shooting me.
Yeah. Then
he'd been,
it's a sole thing.
and he'd have confirmed it. Then that'd have been an admission. Then that'd have been a solidified, like a actual admission of guilt. In your opinion, you would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to hear something like that. To in order to actually, yeah. I'm trying to think, like, to build me out. I mean, but I mean, overall, like, it does add like a layer of fog into the situation, and then you are gonna have to like make the you have to like convince everybody that there's a connection between the conversation they're having about him apologizing, and then the setting, and then him saying that, you know, I'm sorry, and then bail me out. Like these are different, you know, points that you were making, and you have to like connect them all to like solidify like an actual it being an actual admin as a guilt, instead of whereas you could have just said, whereas she could have just laid it out as are you apologizing? What are you apologizing me for? And then he'd have said, well, I shot you. You know what I mean?
Right. Because you got to look at it when they had the body cam. They had the body cam footage of the cop talking to Meg Thee Stallion when they had him on handcuffs on the ground. Meg Thee Stallion was concerned about going to jail. Bitch, why the fuck you concerned about going to jail? You're the victim. That don't make sense. Why are you concerned about going to jail if you're the victim? What did you do that you think you're finna go to jail for?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, let's see the rest of it though.
Not even 2 days later, Kelsey and Tory is like meeting up, and Kelsey told me this out on mouth. Like, he was like, yeah, I just want to thank you for not saying nothing, let me give you some money, let me invest in your business, blah blah blah. How could you meet up privately in a room with somebody who was just bold enough to pull a gun out on your best friend and shoot it? I was in that hospital for a few days, and I had to get the shells removed out of my feet.
And you were talking about next week.
I wanted to quietly move on from the situation. Throughout this whole experience, I don't understand, how is Tory looking so happy? How could you shoot somebody and be living life like you can do none of that shit? I remember he texted my phone and was like, I'm watching you on live. You look so sad. And I was like, this motherfucker is crazy. I finally had to get a new number. I got a new phone. And I got a restraining order.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was it.
Man.
This is a
Okay, so yeah, what do you think of them animations?
Boy.
Pretty good, like up there in Demon Slayer level, right?
Right. She
All
kind of. Did you make the bullet spin?
It was a really nostalgic, man. Like, that took me back to my Avatar days, bro.
I know, right? She hit you with the. Like, come on, man. Look at this platoon, good bitch.
So I mean, that would be that would be her her version of the story. Very well presented, mind you. And this is one thing I know. This is one thing I've decided on. This is one thing I've noticed about. How do I explain it? This is one thing that I learned last year. One thing I learned last year is when you animate something, you get the message across way better than how you just wrote it in the book, or even just wrote it. If I could just like AI animate our entire podcast like every day, every Sunday. We will definitely be getting like twice as many subscribers. But jokes aside, yeah.
What I have noticed that even in the recent comments, because when it first happened 5 years ago, you couldn't tell a woman nothing. No woman. Every feminist, every normal chick, every simp was like, "Oh my God, Tory did it." And now you could say,
okay.
But now time I kind of rolled on. The people are seeing the inconsistencies in her stories, all four of them. The inconsistencies, how she made the story, and she has nothing to corroborate her story. Like, all the testimonies of this don't corroborate her story. Now I'm starting to see a lot more women, well, any women that don't suffer from, parasocial disorder, that they're like, okay, the bitch is lying. And then some people point out, well, she didn't press charge and send him to jail. The state of California sent him to jail. Okay. Technically that's true. But the problem is she's still perpetuating a lie that's not only damaging to his image and his financial gain and stuff like this, but it puts a stain on, women who are going through this because it's so easy to tell that she's lying, especially with Kelsey. Bitch, why'd you come in the courtroom and ask for immunity? If even the anime showed it, he got the car and shot it on his own accord, right?
Okay.
What are you asking for immunity for? You still in the car. What do you think you're gonna get charged with?
Yeah, I mean, as far I don't want to, getting too far into the case. Like, yeah, actually, I feel like asking for an immunity before testifying in a case where somebody's facing up to 22 years.
Yeah,
is like entire like super duper. It's suspect to say the least.
and then it makes a point when she went up there, she didn't say anything. I don't know, I don't recall, I don't remember. Well, if you're finna do that, what's the immunity for? And she would have got up there and be like, that nigga shot her. Boom. She didn't even say that.
At the same time, like there's just a layer of like ignorance in this situation as well. She don't know if she knows she's going to sit in front of a lawyer and get questioned, and lawyers, well-equipped lawyers, have a way of flipping things on people and then making them making themselves out to be the actual perpetrator and stuff like that. I mean, that's probably what she was afraid of. So she, in the act of defense, that's something that she could likely say to defend herself in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I just didn't know what he was going to say. I know he's going to criminalize me. I know he's going to flip my words around. Da 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 da.
Man, even if they did, you're not on.
Myself.
Even if that were the case, you're not on trial here. So they ain't like they're gonna put you in handcuffs and haul you out. You're not on trial. He is. And then even with Meg Thee Stallion, her saying, "Oh, I can't go to jail," and this, bitch, you've been in this situation before. She has mugshots of her dealing with the law before. So you know goddamn well if that man shot you for no reason at all, what are you worried about going to jail for too?
And like I said, a lot again. It's a very long case. But the cartoon, the animated, even though y'all ain't gonna be able to see the majority of this because, like I said, it's protected by Amazon right now. But the animation itself was humorously well animated. Now, the overall accuracy of it, I mean, I guess apparently that's in question. Some people don't think that'd be so, but don't want to make this whole video about like I said, the case or so. But this is, like I said, with the new as it stands right now, as everything kind of stands right now, like there's information or there's evidence that they want to take more serious, and they're asking I forgot the lady's name, the lady the Republican lady, Congresswoman that's really pushing all this stuff, pushing this forward. She's asking for Gavin Newsom to step forth and pardon Tory Lanez. I know I forgot it's like a group of people that it's like they I'm gonna put the name above my head or when I re-upload the video, but like this, it's a team of people that evaluate like the outcome of cases, and then it's on the tip of my tongue.
I know you're talking about.
Anyway,
I can't even think of it either.
Anyway, but like I said, there's a team that kind of look at cases that's been tried and done already, and they try to bring they pretty much question if it was handled correctly or not, and what they do with that. I think they try to commission for like a retrial or something like that. There's some things coming together like this. It's like all is not lost for Tory Lanez. Granted he's innocent, but like but hell, I mean, looking at what Donald Trump been talking about, shit, that might be another solution for him. But all of these things aside, listen. I don't know if Tory Lanez shot him. I mean, what I do know is a lot of stuff has been his case has been mishandled. I will agree to that. But what I also can't confirm is that she has some pretty good animators for that show. Any last words?
Jesus Christ, he didn't shoot a free Tory.
All right, I catch y'all for has been a shout by delegation. Okay. All right. Last little video here. This is a short one. Make sure we got no comments.
Jesus, boy, this is crazy. I hope we do get free. This is wild.
Oh, we do got some comments. Ocean Winter says. Also the gun was found. Also the gun was found in his car. So he probably was talking about that and unite the people. Amen.
Unite the people, okay.
So we have one more video here by what's the man name? The Bigger Play. He's just reissuing content though. What if it's in here? Excuse me. Here's invest. He ain't put in the hashtags. Nope. Nope. He's the only one that did this too. Okay. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Chicago Black Delegation Podcast. I'm your host, HC Aka High Thinking. And I'm joined by
Kanji, hater, and enemy of all feminism.
Hater and educator. All right, that's what you said. I'm trying to big y'all up so y'all can be relevant in these streets. Anyway, we're back for another fun little relationship video. See what the you still doing that shit? That save your culture? I mean, save yourself bullshit. You still doing that?
Oh yeah, I fixed it too because I was talking about what you brought up last time. You was like, how to put an extra letter in there, and I was like, you know what, you got a point. So now I always say, save yourself soon, black man. yeah, fix that.
All right, well played. SYSBM take hold, embrace your new leader because he took the first steps towards revolutionizing your following. Check this out. Yes, I very much so represent the savior culture side of this here YouTube space, and there's a couple of us out there. Maybe we can definitely count on one hand how many of us are trying to save this culture. That's a fucking show. But I think ultimately, all right. If I can just offer an olive branch to my brothers out there. If you are still in the culture, and if you still find some semblance of some how do I put this? If you find some good reason to still invest in the culture and marry a black woman and stuff like that, and if you prefer black women to other women and stuff like that, then this culture be for you as well. This hashtag, this movie could be for you as well. Like, because even though y'all may come up with like different things, different methods of going about saving the community and stuff like that, or the advice you may offer and stuff like that, but we all ultimately trying to move towards the same goal, I think.
Yeah, because I think fundamentally, me and you got the same ideas in terms of what to do or what to deal with when dealing with black culture, relationships, business and economics. Even if they were to go abroad, I still would rather see my black man with black women, even have to be a woman of Eastern culture background.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
All right, I respect that. I would rather see black men with black women as long as they're not from America. Anyway, listen, the women out here are super great too. Anyway, but that's a conversation for another time. Here we have a video about a young lady talking about her financial situation with her husband. So let's peep game. I'm just never worse when I need to. Oh, pause. I gotta do a lot of stuff now. How do I refresh this
without losing it?
My husband pays all the bills. Thank God. So his check literally covers everything. My check is something that we use for investments, we use for savings, and we use to pay off debt. But
what do you think about that? He pays the bills. Her money goes towards investments, debt, and etc. Right?
No, I think that's fine. I think conservative ideologies or the nuclear family way works for white people. It doesn't work for black people. I think black people need to embrace
Both people working basically.
Both people working, or at least alternative lifestyles.
Okay, alternative economic frameworks, frameworks.
Yeah.
Okay.
If for any reason I don't work for the next 20 years, we'll be fine because he makes enough to cover all of our expenses. But I like to still work. I like that I have income. And to be honest, your girl has student loan debts. I've got debt. So I'm glad that my check is able to pay towards both him and I's debt.
Okay, so he got some debt too. It ain't just her debt. I'm thinking it's just her student loan
Me too.
debt. All I gonna say. So what you said is, hold on. So what you said is he pays the bills and you pay the debt, and that's just your debt. And then when you're done paying your debt, are you not gonna work for 20 years? Is that what the goal here is?
No, I thought you was going with that.
Well, listen, y'all. Listen. All right, for those individuals that are out there that are making that their plan. Please don't do that, okay? I'm trying so hard. You have no idea how hard I am fighting for y'all in these mean red pill streets. I tell them like these black women, they are skilled, they are highly educated. Y'all can debate it. Everybody can debate about how educated they are, if they're the best or at least who the fuck cares. Listen, they are more educated than a lot of women out there in the world.
That's a lie. That's an old stat.
I didn't say they was the best, nigga. I said they are highly educated. This is what I gotta do. This is what I gotta fight against. So, and the least we can do is work together as a team. Listen, these niggas will sweep. They will cook too. They will take care of the babies too. Okay, we do that. We got that. What does stats say about black men being they're around for the kids and stuff like that? One of the stats saying black men was like the most present fathers and stuff like that. Yeah, we take care of the kids. You know what I'm saying? We'll change the diapers and shit. We'll do that. Just please help the dad. help. Please help us. You have any idea what this white supremacy shit did to us did to our pockets? Like every time we built, they tore it down. Y'all know this, but y'all still tell us, nigga, I need you to put me in my femininity. Please. I'm gonna relax now. Jokes aside, like, look, we us black people, if you're gonna make the very valiant decision and having a preference for a black man, just understand what kind of comes with it. Yes, I mean, when we look at the stats, black people, especially freedmen, whom are in black people descend of slaves, Americans chattel slavery, have a generational disadvantage in comparison to our white and other nationality counterparts. It's just that's just the facts. So, not saying that it's impossible to find a black man that can pay all your bills. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying that the likelihood is just a lot different. You feel me? And I'm not gonna get into the likelihood of you running into a black man that'll pay your bills in comparison to a white man paying all your bills or a Latino. Listen, all that's for your own individual experience, and it's also not for this particular specific conversation. All I'm saying is that yes, we as he just said earlier, it'd be great for us to start adopting to like different type of like economic frameworks. Especially if you are deciding to, be with a black person. I mean, that goes both ways. Like, man, I understand you guys are looking for submissive, loving wives and stuff like that. Proverb 31 chicks and stuff. You gotta understand that there's some things you need to contend with in their I don't want to say pathology, but in their what's that word? Causality and stuff like that. They're in their own personal lives. So just in long story short, be more empathetic to her and her stuff and her story. You feel me? But yeah, what you got? Anything to add?
No, I agree with her. That's a decent way of going about doing it. I know some people that the man would pay the bigger bills and the woman would pay the smaller bills, or whatever the case may be. Because like I said, the nuclear family or conservative ideologies don't work for black people. We don't have the wealth to do what white people have been doing forever. That's what made feminism so fucking crazy. Like I don't know how they were able to. Man, I hate all of them, but it's I don't disagree with her. I think that works. That works because it allows her money to still be resourceful and used for something. She's not pushed the whole thing. Your money, our money, my money is my money. It's both our money, but we're working towards our own individual things. So you take care of this, I got your back on this.
Yeah. I mean that teamwork thing. That teamwork thing is definitely like beautiful in my opinion. But I mean, if you don't want to do like a collective mindset sort of thing, then yeah, like you can do like you can have like have a hey, this is the thing that I want to do. This is the thing I want to invest in. It's not really gonna do anything for us, but it's just something I like, and then vice versa for the other party. Ooh, excuse me. But like that's and I think that's okay too. Is that for me? Like I just like the idea of like us. I just like the idea of all us all these couples just kind of working towards doing investing to the community, but I know I understand baby steps. We gotta actually like each other first, and we're in a state of not liking each other right now. So yeah, one step at a time. But overall, yeah. So like as far as and I know the debt situation. So what do you think about what do you think about pairing up with somebody that has debt? Like, what do you think? Because that's like really big.
You know what? Someone presented something to me. Oh man, I wish we'd had this conversation months ago. Cause they said it some type of way. They were like, should they were talking about men in general, but I'm gonna keep it just black man. Should black men change their not routine, their dating strategy when dealing with women? Since if the consensus that black women have adopted from feminism that we have to pay their debts and ours, should our dating strategy now be looking for women with the least debt?
Oh God, yeah. So let's add another stipulation to the already. Man, yeah, like, God damn, that.
Should I be like
the women with the least debt? Oh God,
right? Because if I'm
good question.
Let's say I go outside and I meet two different chicks, right? I meet this chick, she bad as hell. She got a job. She didn't really go to college. She got her own place, got light gas, done like the typical stuff. Versus I meet this chick, they got credit cards, school debt, and all stuff like this. And I'm like, well, should I pick her over her? Because if the idea is I have to pay my bills and pay yours as the provider, then I should probably pick the person with the least debt then. Makes it possible.
Yeah. I mean, like the simple answer for me is throw it in the pot. Throw it in the pot of decisions that you throw it in the pot of things to contemplate on upon making a decision. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know in my 20s I was just like whichever one was the baddest I got access to, and as it is what it is. And then but getting older, you just think you're mature, and then you understand that there's things that there is I don't want to say problems, right? But let's go with nuance. Thank you so much. There's nuances we have to consider upon decide. There are nuances that we have to consider upon our inviting anybody into our lives. So it can be a homeboy. Like if that dude has a volatile personality, then guess what? You are gonna have a you are gonna low key live a volatile lifestyle, depending on how often you how much you kind of attach yourself to that person, because you might be asleep at 3:00 in the morning because you got work at 5, and then this dude will call you up talking about some hey nigga, we finna ride up on Poogie, and you like bro, we 38, bro. We 38. What we talking about? Yeah, man, Pookie, he did X, Y, and Z, and I'm like, bro, why don't you just do X, Y, Z back? That's not even that big of a deal. No, we gotta do ABC to him. I'm like, bro, that ain't got nothing to do with X, Y, Z. Why would you have to take it there? Man, fuck all that. You being a pussy. And I'm like, cuz. So yeah, depending on how. You gotta be careful about the company you keep, and let alone the person that you invite to to have your child with. You feel me?
Woo! We ain't forgo down that one.
Relax, bro.
What?
But yeah, that's just the thing, fam. Like we have to we definitely have to consider like the nuances, and yes, I mean that is a part of the nuance, because if you have aspirations of like building something great. I mean, because I know a big talking point amongst people in the YouTube spaces like, oh, I want to help people make millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Well, that's great, but if you want to do something great, then you are gonna have to deal with like you have to contend with your debts first. What that means, I mean, if you want to pay them off, or you got to come up with some kind of alternative solutions. That I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, that girl, she's the most beautiful woman that you've seen in your entire life, and she's choosing to pair the problem with you. But yeah, she's 50K in debt, and how much is that going to impede on your progress as a man and your aspirations, your dreams, and how long is that? Or what's the question I want to ask? Is that gonna how severely is that gonna push back your goals and aspirations? Those things you got to consider as well. But yeah, if you want to live a relatively easy, simple lifestyle where you just want to eat, sleep, shit, and then pass when you 80 or whatever years old, then yeah, by all means you'll help. Her debt will be paid off whenever it get paid off, but. I guess it depends on how much you understand yourself and your own goals and aspirations.
I think it's a wild thing to ask for, like especially somebody you're just dating. I can understand.
Oh God damn! Wait, hold on, real quick. You just so like it's already hard to ask what do you bring to the table. Now you got to ask how much debt you in.
Man, shit, man, that's a wild concept. You just met this man, y'all dated twice, and already he has to pay your gas, water, rent, car note, what do you call that? So that way you feel comfortable. Because if you don't feel comfortable, you're not gonna have sex with him.
It's tough. I don't know. I truly don't know. Like because this is one of my favorite things to do. This is one of my favorite. Don't you know when somebody asks you a question and you don't? It's how do I put this? You don't necessarily want to give them the specific answer, because it's gonna make you sound like a bad, horrible person. Yeah. So what you would do is you would just defer to like a very overly generalized, vague thing to say.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I got a phone call. Got somebody knocking my door.
Had a man shit the whole time.
Aaron.
Damn. He told this man he want to do it later, and just giving every reason why he can't just do it later. Well, this is the Black Dedication Podcast, people. We could talk more. There we go, free Tory. Here. Circle that. Yeah. Yeah. She's lying. She's definitely lying. She had changed the story like several hundred different times. The anime she put out there is some crazy work. And I don't know. Hold on, wait, got the key back. And this why SYCBM is a fallacy. It is a horrible thing. Oh, hey, Marcus. What's going on, man?
You know I stole that joke. Right? All right. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I got it. This is why we do this. Sorry, everybody. So lost my train of thought. Okay. I remember the last thing I said, but I forgot the point I was going to make. But yeah, I think I remember now. Yeah, so like this is my favorite thing to do. This is my favorite thing to do. So like when you if somebody would ask you a question and you want to avoid the answer that's gonna make you seem that's gonna incriminate you, so you would simply like kind of move on to a more vague or super generalized answer that can kind of mean anything. Like ask me. Here's an example. Ask me a question. Ask me any question you want. You can think of.
Okay. Why is SYCBL so important to you?
Because the thing is a thing, and then because it's a thing. But yeah, technically you can't say I'm wrong because I literally didn't say anything. It was just a statement that was so vague and so generalized that it covers all. Like that's kind of the point. I'm just trying to make. So what I like to do when somebody asks me a question about this, like, hey, so what can the black community do about this problem? And then if I listen, if it's a situation where black people got to be held accountable, I mean, that's just gonna have to be it. But if it's okay, no, here's a better way of answering. This is what I'm really trying to say. If a black person were to pose me a problem, if a black person were to pose me a problem that's like kind of impeding their ability to cope with like being pro-black, I'm like, and it's just that bad to kind of deal with. Like as an example, most black people are in debt right now in America, and that's just kind of is what it is. Our wealth balance is probably at, I think it's about like between 2% and 4%. I'm sorry, our wealth share in America is like between 2% and 4%, whereas I think white people are about 80%.
Yeah.
And I think Latinos are just like a little bit under. I think they're a little bit under us. So it's like, so if somebody were to say, well, why would I date a black person? Because when I know they're in debt. Why come I always go for like a white person? There's more of them would like that, which is, I mean, you still gotta pick the right white person. It's not like they're all like rich and shit like that. Yeah. But the fact of the matter is I mean, I would have to tell them like, well, shit, bro. If I have no like good argument that can pull them out of that idea. I mean, shit, man, you got something called the black tax.
What is that? Somebody else said that.
But for me, the black tax means it's something that you're gonna have to deal with. I'm sorry, it is a financial burden that you're gonna have to deal with because you're black. So that's it. Damn. So here's the example. You have a parent, right? Okay, you understand that it was different. It was difficult for black people to get employment during a certain time period.
Yeah.
So because of that, that your parent may not have, they may not have like certain type of insurances. They might have certain like things that other parents could have. So now that's gonna fall back on you to take care of them, or like just the general inability to obtain to secure wealth and if it's because that they were black, like when I'm talking about like things like redlining, the FHA loans, like just the myriad of things that kind of it's specifically attack black people. If that black person took a hit because of that, that is essentially a kind of a knock against their ability to generate wealth.
Okay.
So that kind of falls on their kinship. That falls on the kin, the kids and shit like that. because whatever they can't, like whatever your parents can't provide for themselves, now you as the responsible son is gonna have to pretty much pull your bootstraps even higher to assist, with the assistance of your family. Yeah. And it ain't even just like your parents, but it can also be your cousins or just anybody that you hold dear. Whereas other groups, I mean, yes, they have their own things. Yes, somebody else swindled them out a whole lot of money and stuff like that. Like, we get it, but like it never happened to them off the basis of their own race. You feel me? And I know there's some people talking about, what about the DEI? Conversation for another time.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Conversation for another time. But we got
to tear it off.
We got to go on tangent. But the fact of the matter is, like, it's definitely tough dealing with somebody with the debt, and it's tough, But y'all love each other, You really see a great future with this girl. She has a good heart. She has good drive. She has a good passions, and she's beautiful to you. And she raised some you can see a great future with her. Yeah, and you try these asses, and you know it in your mind and all this. By all means, make that investment. I think it's completely okay. But I think the biggest thing is, yes, you got to put the vetting into high gear. You have to really understand. You have to really know that this person isn't just trying to reach out to you for a bag. Yeah, and actually more so look towards you for leadership guidance. If not just a great partner in life. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense a little bit? Yeah. So, you got, but yeah,
I've heard the phrase before. I just didn't know exactly what it was.
Oh yeah. That black tech shit.
That's wild
stuff.
So pretty much in a nutshell, if you're the one in the family that made it, you're the one that got to pull the rest of the family up.
I mean, if you so choose to, and I don't want to get too far in this. That's a big conversation, because I do want to talk about one day, I think next we will talk about like this whole black fatigue thing, basically how these conservative black, and not all, obviously not all conservative blacks, but a specific type of conservative black that's basically very antagonistic against like the rest of black Americans that are not conservative. So I didn't want to hold y'all up too much longer after this. So I think we agree for the most part. SY, CBM, and proudly congratulations, SYSBM. You guys are fine. Y'all earned that S. You know how hard it is to earn S's in video games. All right, man. It's been Chicago Black Legends podcast on the Corner Show. My guy Kanji here. Catch you on the flip side. All right. How you feel?
Good show.
I think that was I don't want to hold you. I know you got it if you got things to do. But yeah, man, that was a good show, everybody. Y'all know me, man. I got the Powernomics book right here by Dr. Claude Anderson. If we actually put in these,
you don't think it's out of date?
If we put in, that's the anyway. If we put in the plan he set forth in this book, man, I think we will see vast improvements in our community. I think there's some criticism about oh man, this old plan, y'all. This is a bunch of like Jim Crow style strategies. No, it's not. It's about black people, putting our money where it needs to go, and that's our own communities first. That's what it's primarily about. Kanji, tell them your plans, man. Well, not your plans, but let them know what you're about, bro.
Well, you know me, Chicago Black Dedication. Catch me here. You know what I'm saying? Spitting facts, hurting feelings. All day.
Poor Megan Thee Stallion, bro.
I'm trying to tell you, fuck feminism. Shout out my homie, B Class, the Classic Codes. Catch him on YouTube. He's spitting that truth. Shout out my homie Kitty the Goddess. You catch her on YouTube. Mostly on Instagram. She do her thing there. Go catch content.
Kitty be like pissed at you of all this anti-feminism, anti-Megan stuff you been talking
about. Yeah, we argue all the time. We've been arguing about it for 5 years. But the thing, and not to dive too much of me and her friendship, but
wait a minute, you have a feminist friend?
No, she's not a feminist.
Okay.
No, she was a feminist. I would not be friends with her.
What? Bro, you can't have a feminist friend, man?
No.
Listen, man. We're gonna talk about that one day. Too.
Fuck no.
We're gonna talk about that one.
I'm about to go half-ass with the Klansman. Like, what the fuck? Fuck no.
Oh my god. We're gonna have a black feminist massage noir episode just for you. I'm gonna have all my angry female black friends. To tell you
I do way better than your one homie.
All right.
Yeah, that's right. Railroad Riley.
He's our most famous person on the podcast. But what else you got?
Yeah, and shout out my man King Savage. Shout out Hollywood Rail, homies. Shout out Justin. I don't know what he's going for. He said all his stuff. He got too much stuff. He got too much going on. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Real roster guy. Yeah, that's all I got.
All right, man. Thanks for sliding through with me. We're gonna be more consistent. We're gonna be more consistent, y'all. I just had to get my ducks in a row for a second. Y'all know how it go. All right, we catch you on the flip side. We on. How do I do this? Kim, you suck at Smash Brothers. It's a rap. I'm the king. I'm the king of ultimates. Jack. I'm the dude that started I went around the world. I'm about to give the controller. I started that. I don't know if everybody knows that, but I was the dude that beat everybody at the table, and you know what? I beat everybody. I go. I'm the guy that stopped Craig from going crazy on everybody. At least I started it. I know how that elevated. He just became. He came in hot, came in swinging. Everybody then all of a sudden everybody beating that nigga 10 times in a row. Like, but whatever. I'm just saying I held down the line first, and then but I don't know. But like I said,
I don't know. I just that becomes a problem. That stops you from having your head. I've had days you just pretty much on the stick majority of the time. Everyone gets that day. I had I don't know the number of wins. I know when he's here, he gets judging based on that. I got more wins than that.
hey, just about that. Like as far as here, yeah.
That's that.
I done gave y'all niggas raw. For the most part, largely, especially going off of those metrics, there's no way I can say anything about you and King's win percentage and win total, whatever, in Smash Bros. Nothing I can say to that. I got Craig. What's that nigga name? I think we would have stood a chance if Charles on my team, but Charles went around, and I really had nobody else. I had nobody else that could help. And that's not, and that also means that I'm just not good enough. I'm not a good enough player to make most people work against y'all. I'm not gonna say that if I would split y'all up, see how y'all did my position. I'm not gonna say any of that. What I will just say is, the record shows that you and King y'all stupidly outranked everybody else in teams. This is what it is. And as far as melee, I don't know, right? Y'all, I guess we all gotta. I think we all Melee was fun time, but I don't.
Melee, I would say is the best.
I mean, cause you okay. Let me say this first. You learned the wave dash, but I don't think you had enough time to put it in practice in like 1v1s against others. Like I think I was done with the game by the time you mastered it, right?
Yeah. By the time me and Kim studied it, I practiced with it. Now I learned how to space it